The best of Money Matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hung Bin Jung. Women are navigating complex career journeys, often without access to the kind of mentorship that can open doors, build confidence, and unlock leadership potential. That's where vLookUp.ai comes in. Founded in 2021, vLookUp.ai began as a global mentoring platform designed to break down barriers and make mentorship more inclusive, accessible, and meaningful for women across industries, geographies, and stages of life. Since then, it has evolved into a scalable SaaS solution for companies and institutions, enabling structured, high-impact mentoring programs that support everything from early career development to closing the leadership gap. And to share more about how vLookUp is helping women find the mentors they need to stay, grow, and lead, joining us today is Kanchana, who is the founder and CEO of vLookUp.ai. Hi, Kanchana. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hello, Hangbin.
All right, Kanchana, let's rewind back to 2021 and talk about the beginnings of vLookUp.ai. You launched the platform as a free global mentoring network focused on women. So what inspired you to start this journey? Why focus on women? Was there a personal experience that sparked it?
Absolutely. And I feel most startups, there's something personal connection that the founders have. So I was born in a small village in India 50 years ago, and I attended school and college in small towns. So I didn't attend any elite school or college. And when I joined the world of work, corporate world, precisely, I realized that access to mentors and role models is so much driven by your pedigree, which school or college you went to, which socio-economic sector you came from. And I felt, why should it be like that? It was a challenge for me to reach out to someone from a very elite MBA school because they were more accessible to their own alumni network and not people who came from small towns. Mm-hmm. That stayed with me, that experience. And many years in 2020, when world was thinking about COVID and we all were looking at existential questions, I asked myself that this is something I have felt strongly about. Mm-hmm. And if I don't do anything, nothing will change.
Right.
So this is the time. Technology is there. So why not break the access barrier? Create a platform using the technology which gives access to mentors to anyone, irrespective of school or college they went, socioeconomic background, location, anything. That was just a simple thought and genesis of vLookUp.ai.
Wow, that's very inspiring. But I mean, Kanchana, there are already a lot of mentoring platforms out there. So what was the unique gap you saw in the mentoring space, especially for women? How do you differentiate not just in who you serve, but how you deliver impact?
Sure. So most of the mentoring platform and programs continue to be still very local. So the key thing I wanted to do is to create a global community of mentors and mentees, where it doesn't matter that I could be a girl from Cambodia or a village in India or in Indonesia, and I can reach out to a mentor anywhere, Australia, Singapore, anywhere, depending on my need and unique profile of the mentor. So the one thing that vLookUp does is that it makes it global, scalable. It doesn't matter where your location is. Second, it creates a cross-organizational community of mentor and mentees and offers a safe space. Mm-hmm. Often women hesitate because they do not see as a safe space to share their challenges and all that. And the third and the most important part of vLookUp is in vLookUp, only a mentee takes the initiative and raises request for the mentor. So it's very uniquely driven by, do you need a mentor? You decided, if you need a mentor, we give you a platform where you just go, click a button, get connected. Your mentor can be from anywhere as long as they have raised hand. You're connected and you can start your session. Wow. So these three things are global presence, very unique nature of using technology to make it easy and empowering the mentee. That differentiates us.
Okay. Earlier you've highlighted that many people, especially women, don't get access to mentors early in their careers. Why do you think this gap has persisted, despite so much focus on leadership and inclusion?
Two reasons. One is that, of course, the socioeconomic background plays a part, but women still hesitate. Women do not like to be said no. So women second guess themselves and say, oh, this person is very senior. How do I approach? There's a certain guilt also that I cannot take their time. They're very important people. And that was the key reason why I wanted to make vLookUp as a safe space where women do not have to think, oh, this person will say no. No. In vLookUp, all mentors are publicly listed. Their availability status is there. And as long as they're available, you can click a button and get connected without any second guessing that they will say no. That has been my experience, including my own self, that initially I thought, how can I reach out to these people? But then I realized, what is the worst case? They will say no. If I can say no, that will open many barriers for me. And that's what has been my journey. I found amazing mentors. And I wanted to create the same experience for other women.
Okay, so you've created vLookUp.ai to go beyond traditional mentorship as well, offering a tech-enabled, human-centered platform that makes mentorship inclusive, scalable, and measurable. So help us expand on what vLookUp is today.
So vLookUp is a very self-contained platform. It is meant to create a holistic process and environment using technology for, very simply, mentors who want to give. Mentors who want to be part of success story of a woman and help more women grow in workforce, and women mentees who are looking for a mentor. So everything has been designed, considering these two users. So for mentors, my most important consideration is how easy it for them to join the platform. You don't want to make it a cumbersome thing for people who want to give their time. So how easy for them? For mentees, again, how easy to get on the platform, but also how transparent our information about mentors is. That's why all our 444 mentors are publicly on the page. You can see their LinkedIn, you can read about them, you can see, so the transparency, because that builds the trust. So we have used I always say vLookUp is a platform, but at the heart of it is community engagement. How do you use technology to create that safe space and easy to navigate processes for them? Plus, everything is built inside. They can chat, they can raise requests. They don't need a mediator.
Okay. So you've layered in AI for matching, data for tracking, and built-in tools for mentoring as well. How do all those elements come together behind the scenes to deliver a seamless experience?
Yes. So what we do is that both mentor and mentee provide certain information, and we use that information to create suggested mentors. For example, I may be looking for a mentor from finance domain. My work experience is 5 to 10 years bracket. I'm based in Singapore. So all the information that they provide, our AI algorithm matches all that and tells Kanchana, these 40 are the most suitable mentor. I can go through those 40, or I can check that 40 and say, no, I want to look at all 400. But the way we use AI is basically create a prompt or suggested mentors for the mentees so that it's easy for them. In fact, we are in the process of experimenting and launching a more nuanced AI-based searching for mentors, where you can say that I'm looking for a mentor who has 2 children, who has done career transition, because I'm in that stage. So from your pool of 444, tell me which 4 I can reach out. So we're in the process of experimenting that.
Amazing. So as a user, I'm just curious on how exactly I can use this platform. I want a mentor. So do I have to sign up? What's the sign up process like? And what's like the first few steps that I would go through just to choose my mentor?
Sure. So 2 things. vLookUp is a free mentoring platform and will always be free. That's my commitment, and that's my, life lesson and my way of giving back. Our mentors are volunteers. They are senior corporate leaders who really want to grow more women in workforce. The journey process is very simple, Hongbin. Just go to vLookUp.ai. There's a sign up button you see. Click on that, choose your role. Are you a mentor or a mentee? Accordingly, the forms will appear. It takes less than 10 minutes if you keep a good profile photo and your LinkedIn link ready. Just go on answering the question. By less than 10 minutes, you will be registered. There's no approval process. I do not want to tell a mentee that, hey, you are not eligible to be a mentee. No, you can be a mentee no matter what you are. So that's a straightforward, that's what by true meaning of breaking access barrier. We do not create any barrier for any mentee. So you can be a mentee, join as a mentee. As soon as you join as a mentee, complete your sign up. You can go to our mentors page. You can look at suggested mentors. You can do your research, and you can just click a button up to 5 mentors. You can say, These 5, A, B, C, D, fit my profile. I want to click. The mentors get a request immediately. It's all facilitated by auto notification. Mentors say, hey, Kanchana wants to get connected to you. Here is Kanchana's profile. Mentors can see all that. They click a button, accept. The fastest mentor. Out of 5, the fastest finger, fastest, get connected. The system automatically connects. System sends an email and says, get started. Here is your messaging. Schedule your meeting. So we also have schedule meeting, messaging, feedback, certificate. Everything is built inside the tool. So very easy to sign. Click a button, get connected, get started.
So you communicate on the platform as well.
So the platform sends auto emails to both the users. Everything is via platform. Like, hey, your 1 month is coming. Have you connected? How has been the experience? Go and write that. So everything is facilitated via very, very automated process and email communications.
What about for the mentor side? If you want to become a mentor, how do you go about that? And I'm sure there is a criteria that you have to go through to become a mentor, right?
Yes. So we look at mentors with corporate experience, 7 years plus, because 7 years plus mentors can mentor very entry level, women who are just going to start their career. Say right now we're running a program for girls from polytechnics. It's part of our program called WIT Circle with Singapore Computer Society, and totally focused on girls from Polytechnic and how do we help them transition. So at least 7 to 10 years of experience is needed. And some of our mentors even have 30, 36 years of experience. So from 10 to 36, as long as you have corporate experience, you are eligible to be a mentor. And LinkedIn is must. So I do look at that. There is a proper sanity check that nobody lies about their designation on LinkedIn or organization, for sure. But primary, there are 2 requirements. One is that corporate experience relevant. You could be a coach even after corporate, and you could have left corporate, that's fine. But at least to know the world of work. And second, the most important ingredient, you have a desire to give. So when every mentor signs, they write about themselves. And I read, believe me, each one of them.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, listen up. If you're thinking of signing up as a mentor, she reads every single one of them.
Because you might be very successful, but do you have the desire to support someone? Those may not be sometimes mutually inclusive. Though I must say, in my experience, Hongbin, I see most of the successful people have a desire to pave the path for others.
Definitely. I mean, you also serve both early career women to, mid to senior professionals. What do these 2 groups need most from mentoring, you think? And how does your approach shift for each?
So these 2 groups are very close to my heart because there are 2 challenges for women in workforce. One is that how do we help them transition from the world of education to world of work? Yeah. And most educational institutions, while they equip them with technical knowledge, subject knowledge, the soft skills, how to read the room, the politics, how to have the water cooler conversation. And that's where the mentoring comes. Looking at their resumes, mock interviews, helping them with capability building, confidence, conversations, managing and navigating organizational dynamics, relationship with your supervisor. And that's where most of our entry-level women find a lot of value. In fact, we have so many experiences from girls from Polytechnic who have told us that how mentoring really helped them seal their internship and move into a final offer from the companies because the mentor could help them who to talk to, how to navigate all that and build the confidence.
I mean, those are the things we don't even learn in school, right?
No. And that's where the gap is filled by. And in fact, one of my most favorite program is from girls from rural backgrounds in India. We have supported 300 plus of them. They are often funded through some scholarship and NGOs, and connecting them to mentors from big tech companies and all has really helped them to build their confidence, the ability to speak, the ability to handle interviews. For them, even knowing that how the world of work works, that has been very, very full exercise, and that has resulted into internship opportunities for many of them and job opportunities. When it comes to mid-career women, there is a term called hollowing of the pipe. A lot of women leave workforce mid-career, between 30, 40s. Because of many reasons. Of course, biological cycle, child and maternity leave and coming back. And when we do all that, often our confidence takes a hit. Can I come back to the work? Can I make the transition successful? I used to be leading 30 people. Now I have to start again. The function that I used to work for has gone. So how should I build? So for mid-career women, that's where our very senior mentors come. Mentors with 20, 25, with 30 years of experience. they really help them build the skills to transition, the confidence, and confidence to also, even those who have not left workforce, the confidence to how to make a switch from here to CXO, the next level of leadership. That's why these two are very dear to me. I spend most of my time with these two segments of women.
I mean, Kanchana, vLookUp has now facilitated 7,000 plus hours of mentoring across 20 countries. So I've got to ask you, what are some of the most meaningful outcomes have you seen? Any touching stories you'd like to share?
There have been many, actually. There is not a single week when I don't get a message from a mentee. I'll share a few. And just like today only, I realized we have already crossed 1,000 mentoring engagements. In 3 years, 9,000 plus hours.
Wow.
So 1,000 mentees have connected with mentors and have benefited.
Amazing.
And many, many. So I'll tell you a few examples. There is one mentee, mid-career mentee. She is from a traditional manufacturing sector. And she told me one thing after 5 months of mentoring. She said, Kanchana, one thing that I never believed, now I believe in myself. Now I know that I can walk into a room and I can do it. That confidence came from the mentor because she realized my mentor also has been there and has struggled and had shared. So this personal connection, these one-on-one stories. There's a mentee who sent a handwritten card to the mentor. She migrated to Germany and she sent a handwritten card that I'm very happy to share with you after a year of mentoring has ended, that I have achieved this goal that you and I had set and you had helped me navigate towards. I get so much feedback from girls from rural backgrounds in India saying how mentor has really helped us, given them books to read, career direction, guidance, shared them in their network to get opportunities, and also very positive feedback from mentees from polytechnics. But overall, I get one sweet message every week.
I mean, those are the stories that you'd love to hear, and that's what makes you keep going, right? So what impact do you hope vLookUp.ai will have in the future of work and leadership for women, and how do you plan to lead this change?
I have two wishes for vLookUp.ai. One is that how can we create opportunities for more and more women from non-mainstream areas, and backgrounds. And I won't reveal much, but we are in the process of launching our biggest social sector program where we will be supporting girls from 9 countries on scholarship who are from underserved areas and backgrounds and not so financially well backgrounds. And once they are finishing their college education is fully funded by NGOs, we will be connecting them with corporate leaders. So one is that my one dream is how do we create more and more opportunities for women from such background, bring them into workforce. Because believe me, Hongbin, I've learned one thing. One, financial independent women can change whole family. I have seen that in my example and India where I was born and I come from. So how do we create more? Let's create, when people talk about poverty, all these, my thing is that educate more women, give them more opportunities. That's the solution.
Yes.
And second is that, yes, through the mid-level, how do we bring more and more women in leadership so that we have diverse voices? Sometimes you walk into a room and it's all full of men. Yeah, so where is the different voice? Where is the voice of, looking at things from a various perspective and not just one perspective? So I will continue working for the rest of my life via vLookUp on these two areas. These are two very big challenges, but I have one principle in life. One is a bigger number than 0. So even if I can do 1 person, it's bigger than 0.
Wow, that was very inspiring indeed. Thank you so much, Kanchana, for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. And I hope listeners will join us as mentors and mentees, receive from the generous mentors and give generously to women leaders out there.
Amazing. Well, that was Kanchana, who's the founder and CEO of vLookUp.ai. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.